The fact that Hungary prevented a European Union aid package to help him fight against Russian aggression for Ukraine received mixed news for the support of NATO members. On Friday, Vladimir Putin's closest ally, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán vetoed the EU aid package Kiev for €50 billion and held discussions about Brussels aid until January 2024 Ukraine. However, only Kiev increased his candidate status for Georgia after he had avoided a vote that required unanimous vote. With the status of a candidate for Moldova and Georgia, Orbán later said that he did not want to see Ukraine in EU. While the president of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky, formerly called on Twitter, said that decision was a motivating, inspiring and strengthening victory. On December 13, 2023, Oslo, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in Norway. After the gathering of the leaders of 5 Scandinavian countries in Kyiv's struggle against Russia's occupation against Russia, too, Zelensky made an efficient visit to Oslo to get the support of the Allies. During the Gezi, Norway has committed a total of 30.5 million of NASAMS air defense equipment from additional National Developed Surface, the Norwegian government said in a statement. Some of them will be donated from the Warehouse of Norway to provide rapid delivery, and additional systems from the sector will be ordered for later delivery. Meanwhile, Norwegian Prime Minister Jonas Gahr Støre announced a 5-year aid package of €6.8 billion. Within the scope of Norway's Stock Restore plan, Norway's ammunition and missile production contained $91 million. However, in midst of Zelensky's visit to leaders on the Washington, D.C. this week, it was low when he pushed $61 billion aid caused by a stance on U.S. border policy. He announced the approval of the last military aid round of $200 million, including artillery and ammunition, but lacked Kyiv's expectations. However, Congress Republicans say that they will support Ukraine aid only if they depend on comprehensive migration reform. Mykola Murskyj, advocacy director at Razum for Ukraine, which is not aimed at the U.S., called on Congress members to support financing for Kiev, even though we haven't known all features of a potential agreement yet. It means that not to reach an agreement will not be the necessary ammunition to defend Russian attacks of Ukraine, said Newsweek. America's return to Ukraine will result in unnecessary pain and death. It is not an option to leave Ukraine in the cold this winter. According more positive record, there seems to be alleviated a dispute that began on November 6. Truck drivers from Poland and other NATO member Slovakia prevented limit of saliva through complaints that Ukrainian imports have reduced the competitiveness of goods carried. Ukrainian Infrastructure Minister Alexander Kubrikov said blockade in the Yahudin-Dorohusk crossing on Polish-Ukraine border on December 11. Slovak Holiers Association UNIS said that on tour